Okay, are we live? Yes, we're live. Alright, I'm gonna let y'all get in. I only said 350 to give me some leeway into preparing this stream, so if y'all feel like y'all got took, you did. So I'm gonna let y'all flood in a bit. My internet is surprisingly stable today, so I was like, fuck it. Because I'm working on editing Batwoman right now, and it was like no way I was going to make a dedicated video on this. I mean, I could have kept it low editing, but that's not my thing. I get really antsy when it's just like a video of like a paused screen and me talking. It really aggravates me. So I was like, fuck it, let's just do a stream. Let's just do a stream on this bitch. Because this video was like, when is Cartoon Network gonna learn their goddamn lesson? This is not the way. This is not the way. Yeah, this was the wrong time to put this pop filter back on here, because now it's caught. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, okay, we're back. I think as soon as I said the word wassist, that I think this, yeah, as soon as I said wassist, y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, I think YouTube was like, no, I don't think we could do this anymore. But hang on a second. Let me get this together a little bit better. I knew I should have waited till 350. But, okay. Hold on. Shit. Ice Poll, £5 super chat. When can we expect to enjoy the live action? Shit, what the fuck? Oh. Okay, wait a minute. When can we expect to enjoy the live action version of Snowflake and Save Space, and the other one I can't remember. I have no clue. Wasn't that canceled or something? I don't know. I could have swore that was canceled. But hold on a sec. Let me get this a little... There we go. Here we go. I hate the fact that I might have to cut it off a little bit. There we go. Yeah. So anyway, Cartoon Network released this anti-racism ad, and it's a part of a series they've been doing. I did a video on another one of them that I found rather concerning. So you can go check that shit out. Just look up Steven Universe bad ad. It's a little play on words. Very clever. But yeah, they released this new one, and it really like, oh, like, for one thing, it's kind of like, it's thin. It's really thin. They don't really say anything, but then they also say a lot of bad things too. It's confusing. Baja Blix 3 $2 super chat. Cartoon Network will never learn their lesson ever. British Knight £5 super chat. Surprise stream. I am pleased. Yeah, I had to talk about this because, like I said, I didn't want to edit something dedicated for this trash. And plus, I'm gonna be talking about a video. Someone linked me a video on Twitter of this guy talking about how ratings don't matter, concerning Batwoman. So we are going to talk about a little bit about Batwoman for all you Batwoman freaks on my channel. But yeah, he basically says the ratings don't matter. Come on, it doesn't matter. There's probably some good shows with bad ratings. Well, I don't really know the extent of his arguments yet, but like, yeah, basically the title of the video is ratings don't matter, and it concerns Batwoman. And of course, it looks like he's going to be talking a lot of shit about Nerdrotic and Mr. H and everyone who's talked about the Batwoman's recent ratings drop. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it. These two things might be like an hour-long stream, depending on how much I rant. Emily Carter, $3.99 super chat. Having a bad day? Can I please get a crazy cackle? You might get one. Considering what I'm talking about, you might get one. Anyway, yeah, let's just get on with this. This garbage. But yeah, this ad is really confusing to me. I mean, not really, but it is. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Colorblindness is our game because everyone's the same. Everybody join our circle. Doesn't matter if you're white or black
or purple. What the? Whoa. Hold up a minute here. Ugh, who wrote this? I think it kind of does matter that I'm purple. I mean, I'm purple because I'm literally an alien.
Well, I'm not an alien, but it definitely matters to me that I'm black. Yeah, it makes a difference that I'm white.
Yeah, these are totally like real children. They look like 5 and they're speaking. I think it really matters that I'm black. No, you're a child? What the fuck? And she's like smugly sipping her apple juice. What shit? What type of shit is this? An alien, nice to meet you, $2 super chat. You hear about James Charles being pregnant? No, and I fucking hope to God that isn't a thing. Anyway. Oh, what up, Diesel Patches? Welcome to hell. Like, she's smugly sipping on, like, a juice box. Like, what? Already it has a skewed perception of what kids are. So right then and there, like, this ad isn't very trustworthy. Also, like, I'm an alien and they're black. Like, but we're talking about skin color, and your skin color is purple, bitch. That's the crux of what we're talking about. Even if we weren't talking about skin color, we're talking about differences between people and how that's wrong to treat people differently because of their differences. That covers just about everything, race, whatever. So if you're different from a different planet, I think it would be beneficial to you, considering you are in America, a gun crazy place where people will pop a cap in your ass if they find out you're from another planet. I think you might want, it is in your best interest for people to think you are all for unity and color blindness while you're on their planet. Like, human beings, we're not come on. Like, you know damn well the first thing we would do if we saw your ass would be like, oh God, it's a freak, shoot it. Shoot it! So I think you might want to shut the fuck up and just go along with the message. I'm just saying. Ice Poll, $2 super chat, identity politics for babies. That's, you know what, I'll touch on that in a minute, but I've said this, and I'll die in this fucking hill. This shit is not about children. This is catering to adult children who believe this shit. You see how these kids don't even act like kids. This isn't marketed to kids. This is for fucking adults. For 20 to 35 year old fucking overbite, slouchy, loser ass motherfuckers who don't know who the hell they are without a kid's show telling them. That's what it is. Ain't got nothing to do with no damn kids. They may try to market it towards kids and make it all colorful and shit, but who the fuck you always see talking shit? Like, who do you always see talking about Steven Universe and how much they love it? You rarely ever see a kid saying it. It's always a fucking adult. Gothica, $2 super chat, and hard to make that argument with no aliens on Earth. Yeah, so already you're speaking from a place of like fiction, so you can't talk like this. I mean,
of us get treated very differently.
I just think,
well, I'm not an alien, but it definitely matters to me that I'm black. Yeah, it makes a difference that I'm white. I know the two of us get treated very differently.
No, you don't. You're a fucking child. No, you fucking don't. You don't know that.
I just think it's messed up to compare me being an alien to you two being different races. You're both human. You're totally biologically the same. Adding purple people into a lesson about human racism makes no sense.
Yeah.
No, it makes perfect sense. We're talking about not talking about human biology. We're talking about skin color, and your skin color is different from theirs. And we're talking about how we should treat people the same in spite of their skin color. Like, are you fucking dense? Like, this is for kids, and I don't know how you make something for kids dumber, but you fucking did it. You did it. It's so fucking simple, but you got really narcissistic adults making it more complicated than it has to be.
Human racism makes no sense.
Yeah.
But I think low key, this is a criticism. They're addressing a criticism that people had from probably the other two ads they released. That, well, why are we getting a fucking racism lesson from aliens? Missing the fact that it's not the fact that they're aliens that we don't like, that it's aliens giving this message. It's the fact that the message is shit, and these super advanced aliens don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And that they're a mouthpiece for really shitty lessons about race. So clearly they shouldn't have anything to say, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They have no idea how human beings work. It's not because they're biological differences. Bajab Blix 3, $2 super chat. What if her skin was rainbow? Well, she's still a different color, just multiple colors. Like, that's the same person with vitiligo is somehow different. Like, no, just because you got multiple colors doesn't mean, Ani $5. Ani $5 super chat. Preach, girl, love your stuff, keep it up. But yeah, but that's what people's problem was, that the fact that these aliens, despite trying to be the authority on certain social issues, and are supposed to be like a highly advanced race, and more mature than us, have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. They have no idea. See, now if we had like, yeah, those super intelligent aliens who studied us and understood human nature, telling us about our shit, people would be perfectly fine with those other two ads. If y'all approached racism with any maturity whatsoever, we would be perfectly fine. That wouldn't have been a criticism. But you fucking ruined it. You got like, you got a bunch of like lesbian aliens who fucking kidnapped some kid and raised them in a beach house. We're supposed to be taking fucking lessons from them. I'm just saying.
That is pretty weird. I think people like the black, white, or purple thing because adding a fantasy race in there helps distract from the actual racism black people have to deal with.
I love it. We're talking about all races and the difference between races, but the only race, once again, they acknowledge is black people. Because Mexicans don't exist, Asians, Southeast Asians, these motherfuckers don't exist. It's just black people. Just black people. And we want to talk, it goes on to say that, well, we have to celebrate our differences as races, but not white people though. Not white people. Because that's what makes this so fucked up. Because they want to talk about how, well, we shouldn't erase people's differences. We need to know who we need to discriminate against. I mean, well, we can't. Well, no. What they said was like, we can't erase people's differences and what makes them special. But if you were to ask these same fucking people, like, what makes white people special, they would struggle with that. They wouldn't have anything to fucking say. Because that's not what this is about. Because if you say everyone needs to be treated the same and everyone needs to be colorblind to people and not treat them differently because of their race, they'd be like, no, because they want to treat white people differently because of their race. They want that. They want to have permission to do that. Scotty McScrotty, £1 super chat, thank you. Joe Machin, £5 super chat. Hail J of House Long and latest Batwoman ep. The Candy Lady's called Candace Long. I'm offended on your behalf for their appropriation of long culture. Oh, thank you. Mr. J Fly High, $5 super chat. This is what I do not understand. Why do the woke idiots who think tiny community like Chaz can work in real life but not in film? Evergence, $5 super chat. Realistically, if aliens had such a problem with how we do things, then they would just conquer us. True. Emily Carter, $4.99 super chat. I love how she is still posted up drinking her juice box. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, what is that about? Like, yeah, because that's all white people, that's how they do. Like, it was the same, you know what? There was that other white kid. There was another white kid from the last ad where he was like, he had a cell phone. He was like, oh, he was acting all entitled. He wanted to get off set and shit. He was acting like a total, like, actor diva. And it's the same thing here. Like, now you got this smug white girl, like, sucking on a juice box. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, look at the way they portray white people in all these ads. They're not slick. They're not slick. See, they think, they know kids will probably look at this and then grow up later and be like, oh, this is what they were trying to, like, it's total indoctrination when it comes to kids. I mean, adults can look at this who already agree with it, like, yeah. Which is really sad, by the way. They'll look at this like, yeah. You suck on that juice box, whitey. You smug bitch. You smug fake child bitch. Ambi Baby, $5 super chat. Oh no. Cartoon Network. Also, hey, it's me. I'm Gina Love. I changed my name because no one could pronounce it. I love you. Thank you. Okay, we're back. I think YouTube really hates it when I talk about shit like this. Anyway, before I was brutally interrupted, I was talking about how once again, despite the fact that they like to perpetrate how they're critical of the white race and all that shit, but at the same time, the white person is still the authority on this fucking subject. Yeah, Negro, you're discriminated against and they're using aliens to distract from your discrimination. Sip. It's so fucking... Oh, like, they're so dumb. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Right. My experience with anti-black racism is really specific. Other people of color experience other forms of racism too.
Why of color? Yeah, my as a black person is very specific. But other races, they have different, like, they, what? What the fuck does that mean? This is so fucking, like, this would really give black people a bad image if a black person had even, probably didn't even, but a black person probably didn't even write this shit. Let's be real. Yeah, our racism is very specific. Yes, our racism is very specific. Yeah, you beaners and flycatchers, you wouldn't know anything about that shit. Acting like racism is some kind of fucking club to be a part of when you're black or something. Like, it's so fucking fun. You know, when people were getting crosses burnt on their lawns and shit, we just like we got out some hot links and shit. We just grilled that shit up on the cross. Had our own little cookout. We just made the best of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a club, baby. It's fun. It's so fun. Well, our racism is so specific. Get the fuck out of here. All right, let's rewind that a little bit.
Specific. Other people of color experience other forms of racism too.
Other forms of racism? That's that fucking backhanded shit. They're not, their racism, the racism they experience is really isn't as bad as the racism against us, you know. Other forms. It's just fucking racism. Like, stop. Baja Blix 3, $2 super chat. First off, these aliens are fake. They ain't real, so.
But you won't see any of that if you don't see color.
That's not what don't see color means, you fucking... Oh, God. I mean, your hair is a collection of doo-doo. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's not what don't see color means. Joanna Fewerborn, $1.99 super chat. Oppression. Oh yeah, I remember when I came up with that. But yeah, that's not what don't see color means. It means you don't treat people differently based on their race or on their appearance. That's what that means. That's what that means. It's not that oh my god, culture doesn't exist anymore because I don't see color. That's not how that works.
Dude, so this entire
Dude,
public service announcement could be a ploy to avoid talking about racism altogether.
no, you fucking retard. Criminal Imagination $5 super chat. Is this black kid prevented from drinking at the water cooler? Hard to believe since she's canonically featured on TV. Yeah, that's not what that means. That's not what I don't see color means. It means my motivations with people are not motivated by color. That's what it means. That's what the fucking means. It doesn't mean that, oh shit, I don't see color. Damn, Africa just disappeared off the map. I don't see color. What is kente cloth? I don't see color. Oh damn. The Civil War, Civil Rights Movement, races, like, just boop, gone. That's not what the fuck that means. Like I said, this is straight up propaganda, like to propagandize children. Like, you're basically telling children to treat people differently because of their race. That's what you're teaching them. But why would you want to teach them that? Idiotosin $4.99 super chat. I don't commit murder. Oh, so if someone committed a murder right in front of you, you just wouldn't notice? Teddy Juan Kurlobi. I don't see continents anymore. I just see the endless abyss. This could be a ploy to avoid talking about racism altogether. Yeah, like I said, these are like neutered adult children wrote this, because no fucking child, like no educated, emotionally secure adult would fucking think this. Mariner 1712, $5 super chat. Ironic, given that Amy is supposed to be coded as a chola, as stated by the writers. Not sus at all. Nope, totally pisses in ocean. Yeah, and someone said on Twitter. I mean, I kind of knew this beforehand, but wait a minute. Don't fuck with my connection, internet. Hang on. I think my internet might be trying to fuck with me again. Okay, never mind. We're fine. But anyway, someone said on Twitter that there was one gem character that was apparently black coded and voiced by Nicki Minaj, and it also exhibited ape-like traits, which I'm pretty sure is really fucking racist. So I don't know why the hell Steven Universe is even bothering talking about race when they're racist themselves. You're depicting like I can't stand this phrase, but black coded character voiced by a black actress, and you portray that character like a fucking monkey. And don't find anything fucking wrong with it. Adam Wofford, $10 super chat. It means I'm judging this person by their actions and not what they are. There are good people and there are bad people. Do not judge people of what they are, but who they are. But yeah, basically. Oh, kill switch engaged. Hi everyone. I have to go soon, but just came to say hi. Hello. But yeah, just like Steven Universe got a lot of fucking nerve when some of their characters are highly suspect in the race area. And of course, don't forget ER's review of Steven Universe. Don't forget that shit. The shit he analyzes and puts out there. Just saying, they got no fucking right to lecture on anything.
Hey, can we get a rewrite where we appreciate each other without erasing what makes each of us different?
Oh my god. Erasing what makes each of us different? Okay, alright, but ask the white kid. What makes them special and different? Go ahead, do it. You got the white kid there, but are you going to acknowledge what makes them different and special? No. Because according to people, of course, according to people like Rebecca Sugar and their writers, white people have privilege and, well, they have no culture. There's nothing special about them, so I don't know why you got that token white kid there. Because now, like, yeah, kids aren't going to pick up, like, the few kids who watch the show, they're not going to pick up on these little subtle nuances. But I can. And you know the adults who this is catered to, they can pick it up on it too. But yeah, like, just ask that white kid, like, what's so special about him and his race? Do it. But they're not gonna do that. Ratty4949, $5 super chat. I like Steven Universe, but how they deal with racism is bad. Rebecca Sugar is an amazing musician, but her writing hits and misses frequently. Yeah. I could never get in the show. I tried watching it once. It gave me a fucking headache. They just jump straight into the show. We don't get any fucking backstory on the goddamn gems. It just starts and we're supposed to accept all the bullshit they throw at you. I couldn't stand that show. And plus all the, just other shit. Jake the Surgeon, $5 super chat. Tell me how my Celtic brothers don't have culture. Yeah, like, these progressives love throwing that shit around. White people don't have culture. Like, okay, bitch.
Okay, but it's gonna add a couple hours to the shoot.
I can make it work. Open.
You were rolling just now, weren't you? Can't we just slap some graphics on this and call it a day?
Yeah, whatever, you lazy bitch. If you want to lecture, stay here and fucking finish the ad. Since you want to act all big and bad and like activists, like, but now you're fucking lazy bitch. See color, be anti-racist. Yeah, this is contradictory. What? This doesn't make any sense. See color, be anti-racist. This has got to be parody. I refuse this is anything but. This has got to be a joke. This has to be a joke. Share Noble, $5 super chat. Hey Jay, love your content. Keeps me sane while I do my homework. Your humor is gold, and I will always be here for it. Thank you. But look at this shit. See color, be anti-racist. These don't go together. These don't work together. Treat people by their skin color. Be anti-racist. No, that's not how that works. Oh, Martin Luther King is up in the fucking clouds right now in heaven. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Y'all just undoing every fucking thing I did. Fuck you niggas. Just redoing every damn thing. Like, you think I fucking died for this shit? The fuck? Anyway. Okay, now this one is something. This is what I really wanted to get into. I mean, really wanted to get into. There's this guy who says ratings don't matter. He was talking about Batwoman, and like I said before, Batwoman's ratings have been taking a fucking nosedive. They used to be teetering at like 600K, 700K in ratings, which is already terrible. Mikey Gustler, $5 super chat. Hey Jane Longbone, hope you're having a good day. Did you happen to watch the latest Snyder Cut trailer, and did you like it? Are you hyped? Yeah, I saw it, and I am hyped. I can't wait to see this shit. To be honest, it looks like a completely different movie, in my opinion. But yeah, pretty hyped. Kai Fujimoto, don't see color equals not judging someone based on their on skin but actions. Yeah, that either the adults who wrote that are complete morons, or they are purposely trying to fucking manipulate people with their own racist agenda. There is no in between. They gotta own up to one of them. But anyway, yeah, this person seems to think that ratings don't matter when it comes to television shows. Okay. Yeah, ratings don't matter. Why live viewership for these shows isn't important anymore. Okay. I'll tell you one fucking thing. You know, fuck it. Let's see what he has to say first before I start talking. Subscribe. No, I haven't seen your shit yet. Please, YouTubers, don't do this shit. It's so annoying. Subscribe. How about no? I don't know who the fuck you are yet. I haven't even seen your goddamn face. And you're asking me to subscribe to your fucking channel? Like, no! Fuck off! Start the content and shut the hell up.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next topic, which is I'm going to share a screen from YouTube.
Yeah, he totally wears those glasses every day.
And we're going to talk about Batwoman and what seems to be this running trend on YouTube. So
yeah, this running trend. It's not people that are like reporting on pop culture news because that's what they do. It's a running trend to just talking shit about Batwoman.
Immediately, certain channels decided that they were going to go look at the scores and the ratings, and they're going to try and determine if the show is good. Look at these titles here. I mean, this is what we're dealing with.
It's even like using the audience score from Rotten Tomatoes,
right?
Which is,
yeah, that's part of it. That's just something to spruce up the thumbnail. That's basically it. But yeah, they're using the Rotten Tomatoes score, but they're using the audience score, not the critical score, because the critical score is way too high and doesn't reflect the quality of the show at all, which is the problem with Rotten Tomatoes critical scores, because sometimes they just rate it high because, well, it checks a lot of boxes, and I kind of feel like I have to rate it high based on what movies I'm allowed to what movies they have to rate it a certain way, because if they don't, they're not going to be able to get into free movies and get those Oscar screeners early like everyone else. So they kind of have to.
Easily, because it's also TV, it's not monitored, can just be mobbed.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fact it's not tomatoes,
right?
Which is easily, because it's also TV, it's not monitored, can just be mobbed.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fact it's not under 10% is insane to me, because it can be mobbed.
Yeah,
it can be mobbed. Yeah, and like I said, professional critics rated it high just because it checks boxes. Like, you can say the same thing about that, bruh. But you can say that about like any fucking website that has an audience score. People are just gonna like mob it, just say bad things. And just mob it for no reason.
Yeah. So you've got these channels doing this. I don't even watch most of them, but I'm used to seeing them because they pop up.
I don't watch them, but you have these channels. Look at their thumbnails. Look at what they talk about. Look at the titles. I don't watch them, though. You judge a whole fucking video on its thumbnail. This is what pisses me off. This is what pisses me off on Twitter too. People will screen cap someone's video, just the thumbnail, and judge the entire fucking video based on the thumbnail and the title. And I'm like, nigga, that's some weak shit. Why don't you click on it and find out what the fuck it's about? Because it just could just be like clickbait or something flashy just to get people to watch the video. Because because I got like, I wouldn't call it a series, but like when I really don't like a movie, I say, blah, 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 this movie is trash. And it's very simplistic. I don't make the titles too extravagant. I say this movie is fucking trash, even though I think it's like too trash, but you know, like a Netflix Dracula. I said it's trash, like, and it is. But I don't, like, I would be fine with watching it again. Like, I'd just be frustrated while watching it. But it is trash. But I don't have, like, really have that intense hatred, not entirely for Dracula. Because, like I said, I could watch it again. And just, like, turn my brain off because, like I said, it's trash. And I can't think while watching that show. It's impossible. Bajau Blix 3, $5 super chat. Hispanics, Indians, Asians, etc. are people of color, technically speaking, right? Stop making me censor myself, YouTube. Oh, my left eye always waters on stream. I don't know why. Probably because it's taking more of the light. I don't know. But yeah, it's an exaggeration. Titles are meant to be exaggerated. Or simplistic. Whichever, to get people to click on it. Fucking news outlets do this shit. Like, you should know this by now. Look at this fucking thumbnail and title of a video I didn't watch.
Up and recommended and stuff. I kind of expect them to, if it makes any sense, I kind of expect that kind of content from those channels. And I'll say this,
I expect that kind of content. You don't know what the fucking content is, nigga. You said you didn't watch the shit. What content you talking? You don't watch it. You don't watch it. So what content you talking about the thumbnail and title? I expect that kind of content from those channels. You don't know these people. The fuck you talking about? Every channel I've ever talked shit about is because I've seen their fucking content. Or I've seen how they conduct themselves on a social media or whatever. It's because I've seen something first before talking shit. Like, there's times where I'll make fun of a thumbnail, but that's because that's when the thumbnail is actually cringe. Like, I expect this type of content. You haven't watched it! You said you didn't! Oh, I can't stand that shit. Woo! Laughing Seagull, $4.99 super chat. I'm disappointed by the lack of ratio on the Amethyst video. I know. Like I said, they're fans. That's not a really reflection of anything, because that's just their fans going at that video. And rating it positively, because as soon as the general public sees it, when it starts to break out to them, it's gonna have more downvotes. I can assure you on that. Oh fuck!
They are consistent because they know what their viewers want to see. So at the very least, you can kind of expect them to, if it makes any sense, I kind of expect that kind of content from those channels. And I'll say this, they are consistent because they know what their viewers want to see.
Yeah, it's almost like they're fucking YouTubers, entertainers. They know what their viewers want to see. Therefore, they give it to them. Is that why this video is only at fucking 163 views? Like, sorry, but like, you brought this out of me. I'm sorry. Because your arguments are trash. Like, the way you're talking about, like, your argumentation is trash. So, I gotta go at you. But yeah, they so basically they're good entertainers because they know what their fans want and they give it to them. But I guess the implication is that they're not really doing it because they want to do it or because it's they researched anything. They just do it because, their fans want to see it, so they just put it out. Like, no, motherfucker. Some of these motherfuckers I follow, and they're fucking dependable when it comes to what they talk. They're dependable when it comes to what they talk about. They actually have real opinions. I guess you wouldn't know shit about that. Because you're just spouting an opinion without even knowing what the hell you're talking about. So, you know what I'm saying? Just saying.
So at the very least, you can expect it because that's the kind of content that brings people to their channels. So that's why you kind of expect those things. But let me tell you why it doesn't really make any sense to share those numbers, and that ultimately people that make that kind of content, they know better, but they know their audience, right? And this is why. So this is an article from like 2016, right? And
2016.
This is going to explain.
Thank you for this article. Like before they started having really shitty shows that got poor ratings.
Why the CW and the ratings thing, and this is why I stopped covering it in my mega.
Or went no, because I think they start. This is right around the time that they started to suffer. Because I think this is around the time that Arrow wasn't doing well. That people thought Arrow was the seasons were getting shittier and shittier.
Videos, by the way, which I got a lot of crap for. People were mad when I stopped covering the viewership numbers, but I told them, I'm like, they don't matter. When I used to talk about them, I used to talk about them because we talked about the renewal stuff and everything. None of that even matters anymore, right? So,
but like, it doesn't matter anymore. But okay, but why does it matter anymore? So at one point you were saying it did matter, and I don't care what anybody says. Like if you're not getting like that, viewership equals money. So if no one's fucking watching it, that means no, they're not making their money. So where the hell are they getting the money from to continue Batwoman's production? It doesn't make any sense. Where else are they getting money from? You're saying it doesn't matter, but like, why? And I love how the CW, like one of the most hated fucking networks, one of the most disliked networks right now, thanks to Batwoman and Riverdale and how shitty their cape shit has gotten. Ratings don't matter. Of course they're saying that.
Here we're going to go through this article. It says the CW doesn't care about live views because the CW doesn't have major stake in its programming. Again, this is from 2016. So this isn't new. This is why the channels that make that kind of content, they are either completely ignorant to this or they know better and they just completely ignore it. So I've highlighted some segments here in this article. And it says the CW has always been great. Watch us on linear, watch us on live plus same day, but just watch us. Our point of view is if you missed it, come see it on DVR, come see us on digital, come see it and talk about it. And that was a statement made by CW President Mark Pedowitz. Now, this was back.
The CW has always been great. When your fucking article opens up that way, the CW has always been great. No, you have not always been great. It starts out with a lie, with a complete lie.
Would you say that this point of view has gotten even more, like the idea of watch us wherever you can has become more prevalent now?
Yeah, watch us wherever you can because they can't get ratings from television. Watch us wherever you can. They release Batwoman episodes for free on their fucking app. And we still have DVR. There's still like, but aren't there records of like DVR recordings? And like, even though like you can't watch it live, but like everyone's at home now. Most people are fucking at home now. So the fact that the ratings are still low, regardless of people being at home and able to watch it when at their leisure, and people still aren't watching it, that should tell you, like, that doesn't mean the show's bad. Yeah, it does. It fucking does. Adam Walford, $5 super chat. When they say something doesn't matter, it means it really matters because the show or movie isn't making money and shouldn't get another season. The Joker's Corner says people with small sub count and a small amount of people watching their own content tend to defend TV studios saying stuff like ratings and audience size don't matter so they can feel better. Yeah. I'm telling you, if audience retention and all that shit matters on YouTube, it matters for television. Make no fucking mistake about that.
Than it was even in 2016.
Like, why do you think they adhere to certain demographics that watch who are more likely to watch their shit? That means that shit doesn't matter either. Because if viewership doesn't matter, it doesn't matter who, like, the type, their demographics don't matter either. Like, oh, the guy from CW says the viewership, like, from the worst fucking network on TV, he says it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, especially when just in general, like, devices and stuff have updated and everything's got an app to watch it, and just internet in general, even mobile internet and data has gotten better. Even though it's only been 4 years, it's still gotten better.
Yeah. So his whole concept of watch us wherever you can and talk about us wherever you can, that seems to be the same. The feeling on that is still the same today. It says, like it or not, the real reason the CW doesn't care about live viewership today is because there's no real financial stake in the shows it airs. And
I love how he sees that as a positive. There's no financial stake in the show. You see that as a positive or something? Or is that something supporting what you're saying? It says, no, it probably means that their shows aren't making money. There's no financial stake because they're not making any money, or like, not like, it was somebody said something about the CW. I forgot who the fuck it was. Somebody said the CW isn't like even a great network because it's owned by CBS or some shit, and they don't really need to. Oh my god, I forgot what it was, but it was some shit that the CW was kind of like. Yeah, it's basically a tax write-off network. They don't need to make money because they're like this fucking shit. The fucking whole network is a tax write-off network.
And we talked about this before, and you've mentioned this. That is a real big reason why, because of the content they have on their network. It's not like they're pumping tons of money into these shows. That's not what the
Yeah, I know. It's obvious.
CW does. So they're not losing out. Matter of fact, the ad revenue they get for these shows is astronomical. And The Flash makes so much money.
So, like, it's astronomical. But they're not putting that much money into their shows? Does that make any fucking sense to you? Does that make any sense? What you said made no sense. They don't need to put any money into their shows, and they don't put any money in their shows, clearly, because I've seen them. And their special effects. Like, Supergirl, oh god. It's shit. But like their ad revenue is astronomical, but there's no money being put into the actual shows. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any fucking sense. It's all about the ad revenue. Oh, the ad revenue was blah, 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 blah. But, like, you can still keep track of viewers on an app, I'm pretty sure. I think it's for the same reason that Netflix doesn't share their numbers. They don't want people to know. For some reason, they just don't want people to know their motivation for putting stuff at the top of their recommended lists or on their front page. Like, when Bird Box came out, it was like this whole phenomenon that it was like 40 million people fucking saw it, but it didn't. Yeah, there was not really a word out about it before that news came out. It was a little weird, you know. Adam Walford, $2 super chat. I think it was Nerdrotic said it. Yeah, Nerdrotic. That's who said it. Thank you for reminding me.
For this network versus how much money they put into it, which is why they continue to put out the episode counts they do. And then it goes on, having no about what it makes to air.
Bullshit. Have you seen Batwoman? Have you fucking seen it?
CW as an entity may lose some money. However, CW is owned by two companies that produce the shows. The shows bring us even more revenue than the losses do. So it's still valuable, and there's still a marketplace for it. What Moon Eyes refers to is the idea of the CW being a co-owned venture of that and CBS and Warner Brothers. And people forget that. The CW is a combination of two different companies.
Okay. So, like, money from the two big companies is what's keeping it afloat. So therefore, ratings don't matter. You see what I'm saying? Basically, you're saying, oh, our ratings don't fucking matter because we already got Daddy 1 and Daddy 2 putting money in our pockets. That is not a good thing. How is that support anything you said? If anything, it's like, yeah, your ratings are low, but like y'all still plopping out these shitty ass shows. How is that happening? But yeah, because CBS and Warner Brothers are siphoning money into the shows, and basically the network is a fucking tax write-off. They make a lot in ad revenue. Yeah, but all right. So where are those ratings from the actual CW app? Where are those ratings at? If they ratings don't matter. So but they seem to get a lot of ratings when it comes to the episode being released for free on their app. So where are those ratings at? How come we're not getting those? Ratings don't matter. Yeah, they don't matter because they don't. Because like I said, they already have money from two big companies. They're already using their money to fund the show. So yeah, that's why it doesn't matter for them. The comeback doesn't matter because it's, like I said, it's a tax write-off show, and CW and Warner Brothers are giving them money to keep their shows afloat. Like, what the fuck?
Do you think most people don't know that?
Most people wouldn't because they just think it's all Warner Brothers stuff. Because a lot of the stuff that's on there is like it's WB TV, but then you got to remember the shows like Riverdale
Oh, look at that. Two networks were famously brought together in 2006 to solve the dilemma of the failing WB and UPN networks, which is what the CW is. Because I was around when the WB and the UPN was around. And those two networks became the CW. Because they had the same shows like Smallville and Supernatural and all that shit. Those were around when it was still called UPN, and it became the CW. Why does all of... Oh my god. Why does all this doesn't matter? Because it ties directly into what true purpose of the CW is. Alright, what's the purpose then? Basically, they're saying the ratings don't fucking matter because they don't treat it like a real goddamn network any goddamn way. That it's not a real self-sustaining network. That's why it doesn't matter. Not because, ratings don't matter because, well, you know, because we've evolved past TV stuff and we do on apps and all. No, they're saying it doesn't matter because the fucking network is shit. It doesn't matter because the network is garbage. That's what they're saying. It's not self-sustaining. It needs to be sustained by two other fucking networks. They were failing before the CBS and Warner Brothers came and propped their asses up. They were fucking failing.
Through that are co-partnerships is what WB.
And how does a network fail when they don't get ratings? Jesus Christ.
TV and CBS Studios.
Right.
So a lot of people forget that. Like the biggest stuff on there is straight up Warner Brothers.
Right.
But like there's still a lot of funding that goes in through the CBS side and everything.
And
like
also
that.
now we have HBO Max in the mix, so they're also into this party now with content. Like they're
well, that's why the point is even more pointless when people go on about ratings, because HBO Max is going to keep the shows on there because new shows, which include
people go on about ratings because it's still on it's still syndicated fucking television. It's not primarily on it. Why'd you say HBO Max? That doesn't make any fucking difference. That's an app. The CW is still syndicated television. That's why the ratings fucking matter, because people usually watch it there first. People watch it there first, and then the episodes are released for free on the CW app. So that's why people count it. Fucking
Batwoman go to their streaming service after the fact, after the seasons are over. So yeah,
it goes on even further here. It says, unlike the big four of CBS, ABC, NBC, and Fox, the CW is not a network trying to make money on the grand scale off of its live viewership.
Even though they fucking air it live. We make money off the app, just the app. Even though we could just release the whole show. We could do the Netflix thing, or we could do the HBO Max thing and release it weekly, and just like rely on money from the app, because the CW app is free. I think the only way to get money from that is from the ad revenue. But like the ratings still fucking matter because it airs on television first. You gonna tell me box office numbers don't matter just because most of the films we're gonna be getting is posted on HBO Max after it's released in theaters? Come on. They're still gonna fucking count that. That's like saying box office numbers don't matter.
Let me say that again. The CW is not a network trying to make money on a grand scale off of its live viewership. Rather,
because it sucks. They can't. That's because they can't.
It was created as a vessel for first run.
Did you not fucking read the shit? Right, like, yeah, because that part wasn't highlighted. The part where they said that before the CW became the CW, they were fucking failing until Warner Brothers and CBS propped them back up again. Because they could not fucking get viewership. That's how a network fails, is when no one's fucking paying attention to their shows.
Domestic broadcast. Now, why is that important? Because without somewhere to air first, there's no way for television studios to achieve the syndication-friendly number of 88 episodes necessary for profitable second-tier syndication deals. The CW is a network created with the singular goal of getting these shows of its parent's company to syndication qualifying numbers. That's why most of its programming still runs traditional 22-episode seasons. And I'm going to say the HBO Max shows are different. That's why they're not pushing for those 22 episodes, and why there's never been outside programming from the likes of 20th Century Fox, NBC Universal, and ABC Studios featured on it. There we go. There we go. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. And we have been saying this for.
Unlike the big four, the CW is not a network trying to make money on a grand scale of its viewership, because it can't. Rather, it was created as a vessel for first-run domestic broadcasts. Why is that important? Because without somewhere to... Hang on a second. Okay, that's so much better. Okay, without somewhere to air first, there's no way for television studios to achieve the syndication-friendly number of 88 episodes, necessarily profitable second-tier syndication. Yeah, exactly. Because it's not getting any fucking attention. It needs somewhere to go first because otherwise no one would give a fuck. Oh my god, did y'all actually fucking... Y'all read the article, but did you understand it? Y'all read it, but y'all didn't understand what the hell you were reading. Honestly. They need 88 episodes necessary to for profitable second-tier syndication deals. So it's just for, like, syndication deals, then. That's the only reason the CW exists, because it's not successful any other way. The CW is a network created with a singular goal of getting the shows of its parent company to syndication qualifying numbers. Did you fucking read this? Like, did you actually understand this after you read it? Well, ratings don't matter because their network doesn't get ratings. Which is what I've been fucking saying. That's why most of its programming still runs traditional 22-episode seasons. So does NBC. So does CBS. They do that shit too. From like 20th Century Fox Universe featured on it. Okay. Live viewership matters very little to a network like the CW because the same network is paying very little. I don't know why I'm reading this ahead of them, but like, I just have to. Live viewership matters very little to a network like the CW because that same network is paying very little in licensing fees. To put it in broader terms, selling a show to the CW is similar to just moving money from one's left hand to the right hand. If the shows are creating buzz the next day viewership, are creating buzz the next day viewership, that's a gain for everyone because it says to after market and international broadcasters, people are going to watch this show anywhere they can. It behooves you to take... Yeah, but how many people? Like, yeah, you say, oh, people are going to watch it anywhere they can anyway. Oh. That's a gain for everyone because it says to aftermarket and international broadcasters, people are going to watch it again. It was you to take it on for your day programming slate. Warner Bros. And CBS are paying to keep afloat a vessel for its offbeat programming that won't do well with live viewers on traditional network. Wait a minute! Look at that next paragraph. Hang on a second. Ann Wofford, $10 super chat. Those still want to make money and not throw it out of the window. TV Land channel gets higher viewers of the CW. Wow. Cheers gets 1.5 million more than Batwoman or any other shows on the CW. Wow. Damn. That's fucking sad. Damn. Okay, but look at this next paragraph underneath the highlighted one. Warner Brothers and CW, and I keep saying CW. Warner Brothers and CBS are paying to keep afloat a vessel for its offbeat programming that won't do well with live viewers on traditional networks like CBS. Excuse me. Which, yeah, that tells you everything you need to know. They don't want that trash bringing down their fucking network. And why would it bring down their network? Because it's not getting ratings. Yeah. Because why would a show... Give me one reason why a show would bring down a network is they would have to move it to some crap network. Like one fucking reason why. Oh, God. Arturo Hernandez. The whole network is just a money laundering for the other two to pass through. But they need to make a show so they won't seem suspicious. That's why this network exists. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, and MB says so the CW is literally a trash can. Yeah, that's why. Remember when Supergirl was supposed to be on the CW? Oh my god, I keep accidentally saying the CW. Remember when Supergirl was meant to be on CBS? Then they were like, fuck it, put it on the CW, because it wasn't getting good ratings. Because it was shit. It wasn't working. So they put it on the CW. Because if it was doing well, why the fuck would they have to move it? If it was a good show, and if it was doing well, the CBS would have gladly kept it on their network. But they didn't. And why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
For so long, guys. This is
the fucking paragraph afterwards makes you look dumb as
why
hell.
Every time people come in and talk about ratings or tweet about ratings or make videos about ratings and it's going to be the end of the show and why is it still going and stuff, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't ask questions.
It doesn't matter. And then this last part that I want to talk about here is live viewership matters very little to a network like the CW because the same network is paying very little in licensing fee because they're getting their content from their parent companies, guys. To put in,
yeah, because they can't get it from the show. Why is the show still running? Why are you questioning why the show's still running? Well, they get it from the rich daddies, duh. Yeah, because they can't make the money on their own because their shows don't get ratings. You think if they could get ratings, they would be saying this shit? No. I don't see NBC coming out saying that ratings don't matter. I don't see ABC saying that. I don't see their CEO saying that shit. It's only the CW. It's only their representative. Come on.
In broad terms, selling a show to the CW is similar to just moving money from one's left hand to the right. If the shows are created, buzz, and next day viewership, it's a gain for everyone because it says to aftermarket and international broadcasters, people are going to watch the show.
Now this paragraph even goes even further. Hang on. Warner Brothers and CBS are paying to keep afloat a vessel for its offbeat programming that won't do well with live viewers on traditional networks like CBS. That do rely on live ratings to cover licensing costs. It says the CBS does rely on live ratings. And the CBS has a streaming service. Oh my God, like CBS, that do rely on live ratings to cover licensing costs. We all love The Flash, but The Flash would flounder on the likes of NBC just as Constantine did before. They didn't flounder because they're like specialty shows. They floundered because they fucking sucked. Or because they weren't marketed well. For whatever fucking reason. Like, don't give me that shit. It's a money laundering thing. The money changing hands and shit. Like, come on. How do you not fucking see this shit?
Anywhere they can.
Yeah, he says CBS does rely on live ratings, but ratings don't matter anymore. But yet a lot of these other networks that aren't the CW do rely on live rating systems to cover licensing costs. But shows like Batwoman and all, they don't have licensing costs. Which I don't know. Like, I don't know enough about that, on first hearing that, you're like, oh, that sounds a little suspect.
It behooves you to take it on for your daytime programming slate. That's it. That's the article. It's a Forbes article. I will link it on this video for play.
Dude, you did not understand what the fuck you were reading. You didn't understand a word of that. Oh my God, you did not read that all the way through. That fucking paragraph right after all that highlighted shit blew whatever the hell you had to say out the water. Like, dude, ratings don't matter anymore. Even though CBS still relies on traditional live ratings. They fucking said it. So the network that is propping the CW up, that does rely on live ratings, for some reason, like that they do rely on live ratings, but like the network that works under them doesn't rely on live ratings, so therefore live ratings don't matter. What? What? Or maybe the shows they put on the CW, either for whatever reason, because the CEOs they're just not down with the cape shit, or the shows are sucking and are bringing down their ratings record, they throw them on the CW because they don't want to fucking deal with them. And it's basically just like a tax write-off for Warner Brothers and CBS. Because that's what I got from that. I didn't get from that, oh, ratings don't matter because, like, people don't rely on live viewership anymore. Even though in the article it clearly says that CBS at least relies on live viewership. What the fuck? All right, nigga.
On playback, so you guys can go and read it. But that explains it all.
Oh, look at his. Oh wait, go back. Wait. Look at his kicky rainbow sweatband. Look at that. Dripping sweat all over the LGBT.
That explains it all. So all these channels who are talking about ratings,
you don't even watch their shit. Why don't you watch it first before you talk shit?
and using that as clickbait and stuff like that, it doesn't matter.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't matter because the CW is a fucking trash can network. It's a tax write-off network. That's why it doesn't matter. Well, ratings don't really matter because their shows are that's right around the time their shows were tanking. And they were like, oh, well, ratings don't matter. Like, only losers say that shit. Well, trophies don't matter. You know, being successful doesn't matter. Making money doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Only a fucking loser says that shit. And like I said, I don't know. I read a different article than you. You read that article, but you did not understand what the fuck you were looking at.
They are not looking at that stuff.
They're not looking at it because they can't. They can't. They can't. I'd be fucking humiliated to look at that shit. Super Creature, £5 super chat, £15 super chat. Loving the Batwoman and Gotham High reviews. I haven't laughed so hard in ages. Oh, thank you. Oh my god, this dude is slow.
That's not a
And who the hell? Like, he's looking directly into the camera like, oh, I beseech you. I beseech these YouTube creators to please stop focusing on the ratings because they do not matter. I'm crying out for some sort of sanity from you vital fiends, please.
Concern of theirs, not anymore. Even back in 2016, it was probably a bigger concern than it is now. Now it probably matters even less.
It matters less because they're not getting ratings. They probably think, oh, well, we'll just get ad revenue from the app, even though you don't have to pay to be on the app. So all they're getting is ad revenue from that. But I wouldn't say so if everyone's watching shit mostly on their app, where's the ratings from that? You tell me they don't count ratings on apps? Bullshit. Netflix is always fucking bragging about how many ratings they get from their featured films, the films that they exclusively feature on the front page. They always brag about that shit. So don't tell me that ratings don't matter. Ratings do matter, whether it be on apps or live ratings. They fucking matter. Get the fuck out of here. You have no idea what you're talking about. Just be fucking honest that, like, you want to project this thought that, oh, these channels are just clickbait. They're just giving their fans what they want. They don't know what they're talking about, but like you're projecting, but like, you know, like, no, that's you, nigga. You're projecting what you are onto them. You have no clue what the fuck you're talking about. Like I said, Netflix brags about their fucking viewership all the goddamn time. Why would they do that if that doesn't matter? So, like, let's look at those CW ratings on the app. Let's look at that. Let's look at it. Let's see how that shit works. I bet you the numbers will be exactly the fucking same. Yeah, it's about 500K, which is really fucking sad. Ratings don't matter yet. The Equalizer, their ratings, like, I think the ratings on the premiere, and if ratings didn't matter, like, why do networks still cater to demographics? Why do they still put why they still air shows on specific days when people are comfortable watching certain genres of certain shows? Like, why would they still do that if ratings didn't matter? You full of shit. You're full of fucking shit. That's some bullshit. That's a lie. There's so many things that don't make any sense. You're just talking out of your ass, basically. Oh, people. Christopher Ozine, $5 super chat. Saw your reaction to the L word, Generation Q, whatever. Was freaking hilarious. Any interest in continuing that? No, I think that's one of those one episode things. I got the flavor of that episode 1. Don't need to see anymore. I said this before. If the show is like the TV shows, the first impression is everything. So if the first episode is shit, I say fuck the show after that. Man, maybe if it's a fun type of shitty, I will watch it for a couple more episodes. But if it's just like unpleasant garbage, which is like, it's still funny, but it's mostly the L word Generation Q is mostly unpleasant because of the ideas it tries to push, unironically. So it's just mostly unpleasant. So I'm like, fuck it. I got the flavor of that. I know it's gonna be every episode. Fuck it. I did the same thing with Star Trek Discovery. I did one reaction for the first episode. It's on my channel right now. Just search Star Trek on my channel. You'll be able to find it, and it should be in my reactions. It should be in my reactions tab, I believe. But anyway, I did one reaction to that, and I was like, I'm done. I don't need to see anymore. This cat loves Apollo 20 sec. This man speaks words, but I only hear bullshit. Oh, Chico, I think, was here. Wow, holy shit. Back when Arrow was on, they used to shit on people that said the ratings don't matter. Wow. Hey, Jenny baby. $2 super chat. They wouldn't run ads if viewers didn't matter. Exactly. Like, what the fuck? Thank you for that. That's what I really didn't think of. Thank you for that. Yeah, why run ads if ratings don't matter? Why run ads for their ad revenue? That's another question. They're getting money from Daddy 1 and Daddy 2 to keep their... So yeah, you basically told us exactly why. That's why Batwoman is still going on the way it is. Because they're getting money from Daddy 1 and Daddy 2 networks. They're getting money from... Because they ain't getting it from... Like, they can't be getting it from ad revenue, and I don't think they're getting it from live... from, like, live broadcasting. Definitely not. With these ratings. No. So yeah, they're being kept afloat by two major studios, and they're like basically their tax write-off. You know they're gonna write off the CW on their taxes. So yeah, that's why. Because they don't put money into the show. They don't give a fuck about the show. They don't give a fuck about all the cape shit and all that, because it's so fucking. You saw like the Batmobile. It's shit. Everything about their shows, the writing is low rent. Everything is low rent. They don't care about ratings because they ain't getting them. They don't need them because it's a tax write-off network.
One of the things they definitely look at is social media. But if it's
that's like having a junked car. It's sitting on cinder blocks in your fucking front yard, scratched up. bird shit all over it, and then having 4 other cars, brand new, and saying, well, gasoline doesn't matter. Gasoline doesn't matter because look at my car over there with the cinder blocks and the bird shit and the scratches. It's right there. It doesn't need gasoline. So gasoline doesn't matter, right? But then some people point out, well, okay, but what about your nice little, like, your Aston Martin and your Benz and all that? Oh yeah, well, go look at those. Look at that one. Look at that one. See, gasoline doesn't matter because look at that. It's fucking dumb. You know, it's fucking dumb. No, you know it's a better analogy. Like, they have a really shitty car, and the only reason it can fucking run is because, well, I think I might have fucked that analogy up. Shit, damn it. No, I think that was pretty good. I think that was decent. But yeah, saying the only reason a show survives is through ratings and how much it's being watched. And if it's not getting that means it's a piece of shit, like, because it's not being watched the way it should be. So ratings clearly do matter, and the only reason it's being propped up is because people are paying for it to be propped up, and they use that fucking network as a tax write-off. And I guess they think, well, it does well enough. Whatever. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know what? That analogy was good, because the cinder blocks that are keeping the car up, that's Warner Brothers and CBS. The junked car is Batwoman, and the cinder blocks keeping it up is CBS and Warner Brothers. So I think that was a decent analogy. So never mind. Anyway. But yeah, this guy, doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
There's no one talking about the show, then that's a point of concern for them. Right. If they know no one's talking about the show, that's a show that's close on its way out. But that's why you'll see a show like Dynasty.
Oh, but why is it on its way out then? Why is it on its way out though? Why? Why? No one's talking about the show. Like, this mother. Hey, I'm rewind it.
16, it was probably a bigger concern than it is now. Now it probably matters even less.
One of the things they definitely look at is social media, but if there's no one talking about the show, then that's a point of concern for them. Right. If they know no one's talking about the show, that's a show that's close on its way out. But that's why you'll see a show like Dynasty or Dinner.
But that doesn't matter though. People talking about it doesn't matter because ratings don't matter. But nobody's talking about, people talking about, so, like, because someone said, I think it was Nerdrotic again, who said, like, the show's always trending on Twitter. But how does that get them money? That should translate to viewership, which should get them money. Because what does niggas talking on Twitter mean? How's that make them money? How does that reflect on the success of the show? How is that going to do anything unless it gets them viewership?
Dynasty, what do you want to call it? Keep going, even though it got terrible live ratings, because it's one of those shows that would have like shippers and everything like that. What?
Yeah, shippers. Yeah, that's what keeps shows afloat. That's it.
Shit.
Yeah,
and I know that show is very popular on Netflix when it goes there as well. The only time that the ratings actually even matter.
Wait, what show?
Keep going. That's
Batwoman is not on fucking Netflix.
Close on its way out, but that's why you'll see.
Like, Netflix would want their asses.
I see a show like Dynasty.
Dynasty.
What do you want to call it? Keep going, even though it got terrible live ratings, because it's one of those shows that would have like shippers and everything like that.
Wasn't Dynasty also on the CW? Hang on a second. Wasn't Dynasty also on the CW? That's a bad example, if that's true. Yeah, it's on the CW! It's kept afloat because of shippers, not because it's got two daddy networks siphoning money into it, and that the network is a fucking tax write-off. Dynasty is also in the CW. Like, what are you talking? Oh my god, they're idiots.
Watch it.
Yeah.
And I know that show is very popular on Netflix when it goes there as well. The only time that the ratings actually even matter, ironically enough, is when they're overestimated. Like they beat the estimate, and usually the estimate is fairly generous, but they'll if they beat the estimate, because that's a good sign. Well, hold on, people were really eager to watch this out of the gate. So what's that going to mean after? Is that going to make it even more popular?
Right.
Like more people would watch it even after. So that's especially if they hold that rating. So an example would be like Stargirl when that came out. It beat the estimates and it held the estimates, and then had the biggest finale for the season on the CW. I think it beat The Flash for its finale.
Yeah.
I thought you said ratings didn't matter. Now you're talking about ratings again.
Stargirl did. So yeah.
So it's just weird because I constantly go this back and forth, and this has happened in comments on my videos. It's probably happened on your videos before. Anybody that makes these kinds of videos about fan.
Well, I just get the simple thing. I didn't even go into debate. Just like ratings don't matter, dude, and then just leave.
Yeah, and they continue to go on. So like, and it's hard to educate people that are making videos who don't know this because they are so dead set on just attacking whatever show they're going after.
See, now they're just attacking the show. They're attacking the show. They're attacking it. Have you seen the fucking show? And plus, like, criticizing the show is not attacking it. How the fuck can you attack a show? You're attacking the show. That poor show. That show's got a wife and kids. They're just, they're just attacking the show. Okay, I wonder what his, why are people attacking the show? I wonder what his thoughts are on that.
That matter, dude, and then just leave.
Yeah, and they continue to go on. So like, and it's hard to educate people that are making videos who don't know this because they are so dead set on just attacking whatever show they're going after. And so they have a motivation to do that. So none of the real information matters to them.
Oh my God. You have said absolutely nothing. You've given no concrete reason why ratings don't matter. You just said, well, you basically everything you said actually went against what you were trying to say. Anthony Scioli, $2 super chat. 50 Shades of Books are better stories than Batwoman. Yeah. As someone who's actually had experience with both, yeah, that's actually right. Oh, wait. Criminal Imagination says that show was 2 weeks from retiring. Plante Moore says, whoever said gay bearing, thank you, laughing forever. Yeah, who said gay bearing? God damn it, I missed it. Shit. Whoever you are, you're funny. Ackles Floozy, $2 super chat. 365 days is better than Batwoman. Yeah, I actually had more enjoyment out of that than any episode of Batwoman. Chico was here. They called most of you guys toxic fans on Twitter a few weeks ago. It's so sad. They used to be different. Oh my God, they did. I might take a little peek at this guy's channel in a second after I'm done watching this.
So, and Logan, and I was about to say this. The funny part is people making the hate videos
really are actually helping the shows because positive or negative is still getting traction and attention. Okay, that just shows you how bad the show is.
Actually helping the shows because positive or negative is still getting traction and attention. It's still trending.
Okay, your point? That just shows you how bad the show is, that the haters keep it alive. Not people who love it, the people who fucking hate it.
Hey everybody, Eric here from the Eric's Real.
Oh, look at his channel. Look at that. Look at this. So he's all about that cape shit. 3 weeks ago, he was talking about how Batwoman season 2, big bad revealed. It's the writers rant and review. Batwoman. Oh, season 2, episode 4, best episode yet. Fair skin, blue eyes. Oh God, I might check that. Y'all want to check that shit out? Y'all want to check it out? He actually did a review for the latest Batwoman episode, and I'm kind of living for it. I kind of want to watch it. Super black crossover. Oh God. Looks like he did reactions too. But I want to check out that. Ooh, I want to check that shit out. Let's check it out, baby! Because I've seen the whole episode, so... And it's all really fresh in my mind, so I can tell if he's, cucking or not. I mean, if you say anything positive about Batwoman, about its social messages, yeah, you cucking. You definitely are, because they get it so wrong.
What's up, guys? Eric here. Welcome to...
What? I hate this shit. Can I say something for a minute? Can I go on a little rant? I hate it, like, these faux quirky niggas on YouTube. Look at all these pictures I have in the background. I'm wearing a Batman shirt and a Batman hat and these glasses with no glass in them that I don't really need to wear. Because I'm quirky. I hate it. I hate it. Just say you haven't been laid in 5 years. Like, all you, like, just say... This is not the way to say that. To convey that you have not been laid, that you have not felt the warmth of a woman's pussy in 5 years. That's not the way. I hate this shit. I hate it. That faux quirky bullshit.
Rant and review. In this video, we're going to be talking about Batwoman Season 2, Episode 4, titled Fair Skin, Blue Eyes. So careful for spoilers if you're not caught up with Batwoman this season.
Spoilers. You've
been warned. Let's get into it. So this episode of Batwoman, such a dark episode. The subject matter
it's dark already.
Is heavy, and
it really is. It's about some candy lady who kidnaps kids. I mean, it's dark on the surface, but it's not. Batwoman is not a dark show. It's not, because it's so fucking funny and ridiculous.
Tough subject to tackle. I don't think we've ever had in anything I can remember, anything in the Arrowverse.
He's out of focus, by the way. I think he's out of focus, or it might be just my eyes.
That felt like this episode for me. I can't remember any episode that tackled a subject like this in the way that this episode of Batwoman, the way they did it. Coming into this, like, I literally just watched it for a second time before I did this review, and I'm like, it still sort of hit me the same way. There's a heaviness to it.
Oh God, dude, no. Wait, I want to screen cap, like, he did this, and I'm Zinny the Flu, $5 super chat. This is giving me Steve Shives vibes. How is drug dealer black character okay? I gotta screen cap this. This is funny. Soy keeps me focused. I just thought this was funny.
It's still...
I'm thinking about Batwoman right now.
Sort of hit me the same way. There's a heaviness to it. There's a heaviness
to it. Come on, bro. Y'all will see my reaction. Yeah, you'll see how heavy it is pretty soon.
To telling this story. And I'm really glad that they did.
Ah! Oh, Christ. No. No.
I'm really glad that they did this, because this adds a layer of complexity to Ryan.
No.
That I think speaks to what's going on in the real world, but also helps to add more layers to this character. And I have to be very careful about...
Not really.
about how I cover the subject, because as you guys know, YouTube restricts and bans and blocks videos that talk about this. So I have to be very careful about how I cover it. So please excuse me for the way I address some of these issues, as to try and make sure that this video doesn't get suppressed somehow. Also, I didn't take any notes. I don't have any time to do notes today.
Of course you didn't.
Because I literally have to leave as soon as I'm done with this review. So I just wanted to get this out there and film this. So if I miss things, I do apologize. But I do want to talk about the stuff that I really loved in this episode, and then some of the things that didn't really work for me. But I will say that outside of the things that didn't work for me, I think this episode was absolutely vital. It is important. It's a building block. It's a foundation. This is the kind of stuff that is going to create.
This episode is a building block. It's a foundation. Suck her asshole. Suck this show's asshole harder. Can you? I dare you.
This new Batwoman mythos, this new character in Ryan that really feels like this is
mythos. It's the same fucking show. It's a different person, different character. Like, come on.
Her series. It's her story. And so I have to give credit where it's due. I think that the stuff with Ryan in this week's episode, especially her when she was younger, is probably the best writing we've had on the show this season.
Here's the writing. Here's the great writing. There was one scene where Ryan was being held captive by the candy lady, right? And she's being held captive. Like, I think she's halfway through her captivity there. And the best friend who lives at the same halfway house or whatever as she does, purposely gets herself kidnapped by the candy lady so she can look after her or whatever. And I'm like, but it's stupid, because how the fuck did she know she was even there? She couldn't have. There's no way in hell she knew she was there. So, like, she just kind of like appears because we need a romantic subplot, and we need to make it nice and wholesome. So they had to have known each other since they were kids. It's shoehorned, and the writing is shit. Like, I'll admit, like, some of the acting was good, but the fact that no one thought it was suspicious that a middle-aged white lady was showing up in a predominantly of colored neighborhood, in a poor, colorful neighborhood, in just a van with candy, and no one found anything suspicious about that. That's weird. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. People would definitely would have known that. Like, if it was just some dude, it's kind of like what Joker said. Like, if I say some gangbanger gets shot, or a gangbanger does what a gangbanger does, like, no one cares. It's all part of the plan. But if a creepy white lady in a van shows up and starts kidnapping black children from a black neighborhood, then everyone loses their minds. Like, there's no way no one would think that was suspicious. Like, if it was just a black dude coming to the neighborhood, trying to give out candy, pretending to be like a mentor to black children, and kidnapping them, that would actually make more sense. Because that's more non-threatening. Like, oh, he's just coming to the neighborhood, trying to spread black positivity and and hope to these black children. I mean, it was like, I don't think it was a predominantly black neighborhood, but like, they want you to think that, oh, this chick only kidnaps black children. So you have to assume that the neighborhood that she is skulking around, that she haunts, is predominantly black. That's another part of the bad writing, is that, she's only kidnapping black kids? Like, but, like, the False Face Society is multiracial, so what the fuck? It's got white people, like, I've seen mostly white people in the False Face Society, so what? Because that's who she was recruiting for. Like I said, the writing, they don't know what the fuck they doing at the CW.
If I had to go there, I think it is. I think it's the best writing, because it says...
This is probably why he's defending Batwoman now. And the ratings, because he saw this episode and his soy was activated. His soy was activated.
It set a mood, it set a tone, and it really did take us on a story arc.
Oh, did it? Did it take us out of the story arc? It didn't.
Okay, so before we get into the stuff that I didn't like, because I have a few nitpicks about the episode, as usual. I think Batwoman does have some problems that just persist. Let's talk about Ryan's story, because I think that is the most important part of this episode, and I actually think that some of the other side plots took away from the Ryan story, because I think it could have been even bigger, and I think there was more stuff that we could have addressed. And I think
it couldn't have been bigger because CW writers don't do big. They don't do big think.
side stories took away from that, particularly the Alice stuff. But we'll talk about that in just a moment.
Oh, yeah, Alice. They need to get rid of Alice. Like, I totally agree that she takes away from anything whenever she's on screen. I can't stand Alice. Get rid of her. Gone. Bye.
So we have, I'm going to recap slightly as I go through some of my thoughts on this. So at the beginning of this, we have Batwoman being Batwoman, doing stuff in Gotham. And she finds this kid who I believe it was his brother, who was missing. And he, gets Batwoman to come over and chat with him. We'll talk about that in a second. I had an issue with that. Anyway, we had to get to this point. So this is how we get there. Ryan as Batwoman is there talking to the kid. He talks about his brother missing. And she talks about the fact that she, that this is something.
Yeah, that's not a good screen cap for that. Like, that's a little confusing.
When she's talking to Mary, that people don't look for kids who are marginalized or minority children the same
all right, bruh.
way they look for kids who are little white kids. And this is kind of the premise.
If you're a street kid and you have no attachments, it's going to be really hard to search for a kid like that, regardless of fucking race. I don't know why the hell they made it racial when you're talking about street kids that no one cares about. But no, it's just because the kid, this was the main problem with the story. Like, it's just because the kid's black that they don't look for him. Not because they're on the street and they don't have anyone who loves them looking after them. Not because of that. It has nothing to do with that.
The episode. This is kind of the story that goes all the way through. And it really did hit me. Like when this started, when this whole journey began, where she goes back to talk to Mary to find this kid, Kevin, and she's doing this, trying to connect the dots to figure out where he is. There are some issues with that, but that to me wasn't the important part of the episode.
Oh, you mean the detail, plot detail, like the things that put the plot details together? Oh, like her trying to find how she found the kid, the steps it took to be because a big thing about the Bat family is the detective angle. That shit's not important. That's not important. The important is the themes. The themes.
The important part of the episode was this story we were telling. And
the themes, yeah.
This is where I wish that Batwoman, when the writers make decisions.
Yeah, I really think this guy's out of focus, or his camera's really shit. I don't know, because he just looks blurry for some reason. What the fuck?
Decisions on where side plots and things or whatever, that we could have just subtracted all the stuff with Sophie and Kate and the whole thing with Jacob and Luke and Alice. All of that could have gone away, and we could have just focused on the story with Ryan. Because I feel like we sped through the first act of this, getting from where we were to where we needed to be, had to be fast-tracked because there was this other story we were telling. And I don't know why. I just don't know why. Anyway, so we get this flashback to young Ryan.
It's almost like the show is shit. Just saying.
Who's in a group home and befriends this girl who's also an outsider. We don't know much about her. We just know that she is like, if you want to be friends and you want to let me in the window here to the house or whatever, I've got your back. So she's telling her, I've always got your back. And so they become friends. We see Ryan at the comic book shop looking for her favorite comic books. This woman pulls up with candy and jelly beans or whatever. And I immediately was like, we're not doing this, right? We're not telling this story. It made me so uncomfortable when I was watching this. And I was like, are we really doing this?
Yeah, because Batwoman isn't equipped to talk about shit like that. They're not equipped to do dark shit like that because they don't take it seriously. I was so uncomfortable. Not because of the subject matter, because Batwoman writers don't take the shit seriously. That's why you were uncomfortable.
She snags Ryan, takes her back to this house in the attic, and this creepy cinematography with her walking in and taking the jelly beans and the unlocking of the door and the way Ryan was just there and just
the creepy cinematography. Oh god,
totally scared of this woman.
Blue filter and tilted camera angle does not automatically equal creepy.
and the connection with the False Face Society, just all of this, I like, it hit me in a way.
Also, where the fuck did the False Face Society even come from? Like, what the fuck? I didn't even get that shit. That just came out of nowhere. As soon as Kate died, False Face Society. As soon as she died, like a new team of, like a new fucking group of baddies popped up right after Kate died.
Where I was just so creeped out by it, and it was so well done. No. Hell no. And I just could not. Like,
I'm not going to say anything like too specific because I don't want to ruin my my reaction that's coming up soon. But yeah, he no.
It's like, I can't believe we're telling the story, and they don't hold back on it at all.
They don't hold back. Get the fuck out of here.
And so we were wondering, how is Ryan going to get out of this? I mean, clearly we know she does, but how does she? How does she get out of this? And it ends up her friend, who we find out later her name is Angelique, comes to rescue her and save her from this woman, the Candy Lady. Candace is her name.
Which doesn't make sense, because how the fuck did you know she was there? Well, like, you were just waiting for someone to kidnap you? Like, as soon as someone shady pops up, I'll purposely get kidnapped and just hope that Ryan happens to be there in some kind of dungeon that they got set up. Like, that's a stupid fucking kid. I'm sorry. That's dumb. Because what if she's not there and you end up in a fucking oil drum in the middle of, like, Lake Michigan? But what then, you dumbass?
And to get her out of the house so that she doesn't get wrapped up in this world with this, whether it be a family or a gang or whatever it is that they were going to do with her. And so all of this, that entire story with young Ryan, to me was like, here's the normal level of the show, and then here's that story.
Nah, they're both on the same fucking level. Like, garbage and garbage, it's on the same level. Just because they're talking about a certain topic doesn't suddenly elevate the quality of the show. I don't know why motherfuckers like this think that. The themes elevated it. Like, no, it didn't. It really didn't, sweetie. Athena, $5 super chat. I very rarely watch any TV, but I love your personality. It's cheering me up a whole lot. Keep on keeping it real. Thank you. Lance Johnson, this dude is so easily impressed. He is. Virtual Martini. Imagine being this guy and unironically thinking Batwoman is good. He is soy embodied. Ava Marduk, so deep and profound.
Like, it was so above, like, what we normally get on Batwoman. I was just really shocked by it. And so we use...
You know what? Like, here's an example. Like, when the Victor Zsasz dude was in episode 3, he elevated that episode. Like, it's still a shit episode, but his performance and his the way he portrayed Zsasz elevated the episode, because his writing was actually pretty good. Like, it was actually like, I felt like I was watching. I'm actually watching a decent TV show right now. But everything else about the episode was shit. But he did elevate that episode a little higher, because I remember saying in my reaction, okay, this episode is slightly better than the other two. Like, it's slightly better, but that's only because of Zaz's his performance and, like, what he brought to it. Like, sometimes a performance can elevate what you're watching, but, like, that doesn't really mean any, like, it doesn't make it a good episode. It elevated it a little bit. It made it easier to digest. It's the same thing with the Expendables. Like, I like the first Expendables movie, and, like, it's just cheesy action schlock or whatever. But there's one scene with Mickey Rourke, and he's talking about how this chick was trying to kill herself, like trying to throw herself off a bridge, and how, like, he kind of just ignored her, and how she killed herself. And he said, damn, if I would have saved that woman, I would have saved what was left of my soul. And, like, his performance was so good in that scene, it kind of elevated the movie a little bit. Like, okay. This movie's got a little something going on, a little more something going on. I mean, it's still an action schlock movie. I'm not going to say that it's better, like the movie's better than it is just because of that performance. Like, it did elevate it a little bit, but that doesn't suddenly make The Expendables not a schlocky action film. I mean, there is some thought behind the scenes put into The Expendables because they let Mickey Rourke do his thing. But, you know, it's still a schlocky action film because it's just that one scene. And it's the same thing with Batwoman. Like, nothing really but like with Batwoman, there's no performance or writing that elevates the episode. It's just, he's just talking about themes and shit. He's just talking about the premise, but that doesn't elevate anything. The premise actually has to be respected and done well in order for it to elevate the episode. There's nothing added. Either it's got to be a performance, or the writing has to elevate it. Like, you can't just a theme like child kidnapping. Ooh, that really elevated it. Like, fuck that.
Use that story of Ryan's to connect the dots to this kid Kevin and where he could be and where this woman's house is, and we find out that Mary has some of Kate's old notes, and so we're connecting the dots there. You know, they figure out that Kevin is obviously with this woman, and then they go to find the woman's house. Ryan goes to confront this woman as an adult, and you can see while she's there that she's flipping out just being in front of that house again.
Yeah, because she didn't have her fucking bat suit. Like, she went there without her bat, like a moron. Without you know what? I'm not gonna say nothing. That's all I'm gonna say. Like a dumbass, she's got to see that it's me. Like, you're dumbass. Like, she went there with no bat suit on. Because right directly after she gets there, the second she gets there, she gets kidnapped. She gets fucking kidnapped. And it was so stupid. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna spoil anymore.
That it's like affecting her that way. Now, I have some issues with the way this happened. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
But anyway, she goes in and she sort of gets revenge. Well, she doesn't go in. She gets taken in. But when she
she gets fucking kidnapped because she didn't go in. Because she did at least bring some kind of bat thing on you or some kind of gat, something. But you didn't.
Up, she gets.
And what happened to this volatile person that Ryan was supposed to be? She was supposed to be like, yeah, Ryan wild, and she wild. She'd be going crazy on a motherfucker, and she didn't do that until after she was kidnapped. If I had gone up, I'd be like, yeah, where's the boy? And if she pretended to be like, if we're talking about an emotionally volatile character, as soon as the white lady said, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, she should have smacked that bitch immediately. Because you know she kidnapping kids. They'll just smack the shit out of her.
It's revenge on this woman, and somehow, some way finds out where Kevin is and goes to save Kevin. And all of that happens quickly as well. And that's one of my pet peeves here. But this whole story with her and everything that's going on with her as a kid connecting to this story in the episode, to me, was the best writing we've had on the show. In terms of like telling a story and making it feel natural and organic and connected to Ryan.
But like all that Alice shit is in the way. And not only like adult Alice, but they add kid Alice to like the whole Ryan being kidnapped as a kid situation. I'm not going to say how, because like I said, I want to keep it nice and secret until I come out with my little reaction. So, you know.
Ryan, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. And it was hard to watch, but it was also...
It wasn't hard to watch.
A very important story and an important message, honestly. And so, totally get it. Somewhere in the story, there's these people, and this is when they connect the dots, though. The people who come to Candy Lady's house or whatever, they're looking for another child with fair skin and blue eyes with a red pendant or necklace or whatever. It ends up being Beth Alice. And so that helps them connect the dots.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, he said
this is just one of the many things that happen coincidentally in this episode that felt contrived to me.
Oh, so okay, so same. I thought it was fucking shame. Like there's so many reasons why that was a bad decision. So many fucking reasons. Let's see if he I gotta screen cap that. That was
And so I had some issues with that. So now that we've covered the stuff that I really liked and some of the best writing that Batwoman has ever had, let me talk about a few things that I didn't like about this episode. So at the beginning
Oh God, I just saw that stack of Funko Pops on the ground. Oh God damn it. Because I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, well, at least she doesn't have Funko Pops. But there they are right there. Ew, ew. Go away, Febreze it.
The episode, we see Batwoman chasing a criminal on foot. He's outrunning the Batmobile. That was a bit weird. Not
That's stupid. It's not a bit weird. It's stupid.
a horrible thing. Didn't really stand out. Probably
It is horrible. How the fuck you gonna outrun the Batmobile? That's like one of the dumbest things in the episode. What you talking about?
forgetful, containing the context of the episode. I didn't forget it though because I watched it twice and I saw it both times. I'm like, how is he getting away from her on foot? Anyway, we get a tie to the kryptonite stuff, which we address at the beginning and the end of the episode. I'll talk about that after we get past everything else, because we hadn't gone back to that in a while, the kryptonite stuff. We have a kid who was looking for, was trying to get Batwoman's help to look for Kevin. He didn't have a bat signal, so he had to set off an alarm for a museum or something. How did he know where she was going to be?
Exactly.
What was he doing out that time of night? How would he have known that would have set the alarm? It just, again, coincidental stuff that needed for that story to happen. So they made it go.
It's like 1 minute he's like criticizing it, and the next he's like, well, they kind of had to do that to make it happen. They can make the story happen. Get the themes, juice up the themes, marinate the themes. Adam Walford, $5 super chat. Maybe the reason he reacted to it so hard is too close to what he wishes he could do to get away with it. Oh, God, don't go that far. I mean, it's funny, but don't go that far.
Go very quickly, and in a lot of ways, a way that didn't make a lot of sense to me. So there's that. We had the stuff with Sophie and Alice and Luke. Alice is annoying to me. I still love the character, but
wait, what? Alice is annoying to me, but I still love the character. That don't go together. That doesn't match up.
And Alice and Luke. Alice is annoying to me. I still love the character, but
those don't go together, but okay.
Her constantly getting away with stuff and not getting captured and not getting handcuffed and not getting locked up is just frustrating to me. And
how are you just annoyed by it? I'm like done. I want her gone. I want her killed off the show. I want just done. How do you not hate her at this point? Like, it was a whole season of that shit before, and now they're continuing it. I want her fucking dead.
Honestly, she feels like a relic of last season.
Yep.
And I know that there's going to be some bigger story here with her and Sophia and all that, but we didn't need it in this episode. We didn't. We could have spent way more time with the stuff going on with Ryan, and I think...
You think that would clue him into like maybe thinking the writers don't give a shit about this subject like he thinks they do, because they shoehorned in fucking Alice again.
The writing would have been better in the present day stuff, because the stuff from back in the day was great. Present day stuff, not so great. So could have done without that. Didn't really care about that too much.
It wasn't great. It was meh. Because when you tie it all up into Batwoman, it's just meh. It was I like the Candy Lady chick. She was based. That's the only thing I liked about the show, really, was like Candy Lady. And even that was like fucking weird because, like I said, her presence in a neighborhood like that would be weird. I'm sorry, but it would be. Now, if it was an old black lady or an old black man, like giving out candy to kids and saying like, oh yeah, I just want to help the neighborhood, pretending to be friendly and shit, then that would actually would have worked. Because people kind of overlook like black pedophiles. People kind of overlook that shit in black neighborhoods. I mean, like, her character isn't a pedophile, but still. It's the same fucking principle. She gives out candy. She's got a van, and put two and two together.
Also, coincidentally, Angelique was at the house where they went to look for this person who was going to give them information on where Kate was, named Ocean. And Angelique somehow was there, because we see at the end of the episode that she's going to be, I think it was Angelique, right? Was it Angelique? Correct me in the comments below, but I think Angelique was at the house.
Yes.
Maybe. But she's Ryan's ex. And so when she doesn't give Ryan the time of day in the episode, they end up seeing each other at the end when Angelique goes to the bar where Ryan is now manager. So that's weird. Another connective thing that happened. Jacob, who's looking for Kate and offers a reward for like $1 million, ends up finding someone who wants to give him information. But of course it's not. It's somebody from the False Face Society. And it just so happens that the kid Kevin that Ryan had been looking for this entire time was the one in the gang there getting initiated in with Jacob. And Ryan shows up there where the kid is with the gang, where Jacob is, after we jump.
Like he said, no, the episode was great. It was up here when the show's usually down here. But like he's pointing out all this major plot shit that makes the episode really shitty. But no, it's still good because of the themes and the message. Like, no, it's not. Clearly, because you were pointing shit out that actually makes the episode look like shit. She just so happened, like, things just happen. Like, the plot setup is contrived. And if it's contrived, it kind of fucks with the plot.
Up away from her just beating the old woman up. Like she beats up the candy lady, and then we jump from that to her as Batwoman saving Kevin from the gang. And when Jacob's like, how did you know where to find him? She's like, I looked. And metaphorically, it's a powerful statement. Logically, it doesn't make a lot of sense for me.
Yeah, really, it
coincidental crossing.
It doesn't even make sense metaphorically, because the whole thing is, oh, no one looked for black kids because they're black, and I'm like, no, because here's what she did. Here's how you fuck. I want to like rant about it, but I can't because I want to wait till the video comes out. But like the way they set it up, like because he already said in the video that Beth was being searched for while Ryan was in captivity with the candy lady, and people were searching for Ryan. People were handing out flyers about Beth at the candy lady's house. Like the whole thing is set up to where, people only wanted to look for Beth because she was white. Like, no, people were looking for her because she was the daughter of a fucking cop. That's what it was, or the daughter of a private security firm, whatever. I don't know what this show, the writing is so bad. I don't even know what the fuck Jacob was before he started the Crows. I'm assuming that he was in some kind of law enforcement. I'm assuming. But yeah, she had their status in the community was pretty high, and that's why people were looking for her. And because she was fucking white. You telling me Barack Obama, like if one of Barack Obama's kids went missing, nobody would give a shit? Get the fuck out of here. Or people would look for some like poor white kid over Barack Obama's kids? Come on. It's fucking simplistic. It's fucking simplistic, and it's intellectually dishonest to say shit like that. To just, didn't look for him because he's black. Not because he's a street kid and he has no one. And no one can keep track of him. Slip and slide $2 super chat, and I'm ignoring that. Yeah, there goes that guy again. Just ignore him, guys.
Lines unnecessarily.
He better be glad I'm nice enough to even read half the super chat.
To make it feel like everything in the episode has some connective tissue it's contrived. It doesn't really work for me, and I am just like,
yeah. So everything in the episode is shit because what holds it together is what's completely making it fall apart. But this episode is fucking elevated. C. Whitaker, $5 super chat. Long-time listener. Just wanted to thank you for all the good times you shared with all of us. Much love from Phoenix. Thank you. Hey, I've been to Phoenix. Like, there's nothing to fucking do out there. I'm sorry. But like, I've been out there and goddamn, it's like, just nothing. Like, it's peaceful as fuck. And I like that about it. Oh my God, there's nothing to do. Half Brain Gamers, $5 super chat. The difference is Beth had a family and was with them before her disappearance. Ryan is an orphan with no immediate family, but sure, racism. Yeah. And plus, like I said, Beth came from an affluent fucking family. I think Jacob was in some kind of fucking law enforcement before he started the Crows. Not sure. Because Alice referred to him as Commander Kane when, like, referring to him when they were kids. So I'm guessing that, yeah, he had to be a cop before he started the Crows. So if she's a part of an affluent law enforcement family, and she has a family, oh yeah, there's a bigger chance of her being found and people looking for her. Because there's going to be people hounding the fucking police station to look for her. Yeah, Zinni the Fool is about class, not race. Thank you. It's fucking class. It's not race. When do y'all go get this shit? Damn.
Like, okay. I feel like the Kate stuff is bogging down the stuff with Ryan that could be done so much better, but we're spending a lot of time still dealing with the Kate stuff because we have to. And
he said Kate by accident. He really means Alice.
And that's just a few things that bug me. The stuff with Sophie leaving Alice in her apartment after Alice came and basically pointed a gun at Luke, and we know she's a bad guy, but sure, you can sit at my apartment and chill and eat my food while I go out and do this other stuff. Like, it's just like, why is this the way it is?
Why is this the way it is?
It's really tough for me because I think
but this episode really is elevated, bruh. This elevated the show, bruh.
This episode, the stuff with Ryan, especially when she was younger, and the story they were telling was super important,
Oh, stop. Guardian Fortress, $10 super chat. Thank you.
Modern, and I really, really enjoyed that. But then we have half the episode dealing with stuff that I feel like could have waited, didn't have to connect to what we're doing with Ryan and Kevin, because it didn't really need to connect, other than, hey, Batwoman saved Jacob. So he's got this epiphany about that. This writing, guys,
You just say it was a great episode. You just say it's elevated. Like, the show was down here, but this episode's up here. You just said it was great. Come on. Leo's saying, like, just trying to, like, someone's trying, like, I hate it when someone tries so hard to like something. Like, just say you don't like it and shut up. Just say you don't like it. Just say the show disappoints you. This is the type of YouTubers who end up fucking miserable with their jobs. Because they try so hard to be nice and so hard to not be too negative. Like, these are the motherfuckers who end up saying, I have depression and I have to leave YouTube for a while. And that's why they don't get views like that, because they're fucking fence sitters. You can't just make up your fucking mind about something. It's got, well, I don't, it's not that bad. Like, come on, dude.
Kryptonite stuff. We're dealing with that at the beginning of the episode because she has a moment where it starts affecting her and she's having this weird, like, tunnel vision thing, and she starts swerving the car. And then at the end, we see it still affecting her. I don't know where we're going to go with this. And to be honest, they need to make it more apparent. Make it a bigger deal. Mm-hmm. I don't know when that's going to happen, but right now it feels sort of like this arbitrary mystery that they're not really doing too much with.
Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what they want to do with it. Someone fucking speculated. There was a couple people actually who speculated how much you want to bet this gives her superpowers. There was somebody. There was a couple people like it was like random assorted people said, how much you want to bet this shit gives her superpowers on some level or something. And I'm just waiting, like, yeah, let's see where the fuck they go with it. I think the next episode they're gonna tackle it. Because I think I saw the latest promo. I think they're gonna talk about it next episode in full.
Like, oh, we don't want to deal with this right now, so we're gonna wait. So yeah, I don't know where to or how to score this episode. I don't know where.
You just said it was great. Guardian Fortress, $5 super chat. Here's an extra $5 for having to listen to Batwoman thing. Also love your stuff, and thanks to EFAP, I wouldn't be here. Oh, thank you. And thank you to EFAP. Evil Hero Diamond Cats, $2 super chat. Thoughts on the Shadow? Oh God, Jesus.
Where to put it?
Oh wait. Zinny the Flu says yes. I want her to fly. Just go full ham. Like low key, I want that to happen. Like her having weird superpowers or some kind of like mania due to the kryptonite poisoning. I am like, come on, give me something. Go completely insane.
It really sucks because in a lot of ways this is the best writing that they've had in so long, and it's
no, it isn't. Your half of your video contradicts that. It's not the best writing they've ever had. That's just their writing.
Got some of the most contrived connections that we've had in a while. So I'm gonna score it. I'm gonna do something different here. I'm gonna give my score based on my gut feeling about the episode.
Oh God. Rua Hamor. Oh my God, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that. $20 super chat into the little heart. Thank you.
Because a lot of this I overlooked because of how good that story was we were telling with Ryan as a kid.
Don't judge it based on the fucking story. Judge it based on how good it told the story. Which, by your account, it was piss poor. So the show sucks. So the episode sucks. Logistically. You're just going by how you felt and how the themes and the subject matter, which is not how you should be judging this at all. It's not what a good reviewer does, damn it. Oh, damn, I accidentally opened up Discord by accident. Andres Antonio Gonzalez Caceres, 75. Ooh, hi, girl. Rumor, the Joker of Leto will be an anti-hero restoring the honor of Batman and Justice League. Thoughts? Well, it's just a rumor. I don't know. I don't think I believe that shit. And plus, if that's how it starts out, it ain't the way it's gonna end. He'll probably like do the double cross thing at the last minute. But yeah, I don't know. I don't believe that shit. Not yet. That's bullshit. In other words, his score is high bar because of my social commentary. Yeah, like he bases his like of it on the themes and not how it was conveyed, how it was written. Like, oh, just it's so frustrating because you know he doesn't like it. He just doesn't want to say, well, I don't want to get canceled. Like, oh, this is why your views aren't that good, bruh. That's why they ain't that good, because you too focused on not getting canceled.
So I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna give it
an 8 out of 10. Nigga, what? Judging by his account of the episode, it should be at least a 4 or 5 out of 10. Come on, dude.
An 8 out of 10. I think that part of the episode lifted up a lot.
In fact, no, a 4. A 3 or 4. A high 3. I'll give it a high 3. But as we know, because the subjects they were talking about, they botched it. It's not a healthy or nuanced take on these subjects, because it's about more like class disparity than racial disparity than anything. They try, if it was a little white girl, I would have been helped sooner. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's some shit you say in private with your fucking family. Yeah, if that was a little white girl, but that's some shit. That's some offhand hyperbolic shit you say in private. That's not some shit that you do not use that as like thought-provoking commentary. Andres Antonio Gonzalez Caceres, 30 uwu. That YouTube worships all the CW crap shows.
Of what could have been poorly done. Had they not nailed that story, my score would be totally...
The story was not nailed, dude. Like, you even said it yourself, that they did not nail it. There were too many contrivances, and the glue that was holding it together was weak as fuck.
Different. My opinion would have been totally different. But I think they nailed it, and it made a lot of sense, and it added a lot of layers and context, and made Ryan...
stop! It wasn't a layer. It basically just, nobody likes black kids. That's one layer, and that's a layer that Ryan already has. So they didn't give her multiple layers. Get the fuck out of here. Much more
complex character. So yeah, I also forgot to mention that Alice had this like moment where she remembered meeting Ocean when she was training with Sophia. I don't know what that's gonna mean. I think it'll all connect. I think at some point, but
You'll all connect at some point.
Right now, it's
whatever.
too coincidental. Logic hoops. Logic hoop.
Yeah, that was a fucking weird scene where Alice just Ocean, like she has this weird panic attack and just remembers this fine ass nigga that she met on an island, and I'm like, what the fuck what? That didn't make any god. They, like I said, they just shoehorning Alice into these episodes. She needs to go. She needs to go. Give Ryan her own baddie. We shouldn't be depending on Alice again. Alice was Kate's rival, and that's where it should have ended. Let Ryan get her own rival. I want Alice dead.
Logic hoop. I can't jump through so many logic hoops. Like, you have to, it doesn't all have to be this cohesive thing. Like, give people independent stories and let them have independent stories. They don't have to all tie together. It doesn't make it clever because it's somehow connected. Like, coincidental stuff, like, and then also the stuff with, like, when Luke was helping with Jacob.
That explains why you gave this fucking episode an 8. Well, it doesn't have to connect. Doesn't make it clever or anything.
He was in the Batcave, but at that same time, Ryan would have been at the Batcave getting ready to go out and save Jacob because of what was going on with Kevin, because she had to find him somehow, right? So I'm assuming they would have used the Batcave and the computer system to do that, or something along those lines. She had to go in to get the suit on and get the car, right? The Batmobile. So she never crossed paths with Luke then? Oh well. Anyway, that's it, guys. I'm out of here. It's my rant and review of Batwoman Season 2, Episode 4. Go down to the comments.
That's not a rant. That's not even a fucking rant. Come on, dude.
Below, let me know your thoughts and opinions.
Kissing this episode's ass. Let's go back to the beginning when he was really kissing the show's ass. Hang on. I want to go back to the levels, like up here and down here.
Is probably the best writing we've had on the show this season. If I had to go there, I think it is. I think it's the best writing because it set a mood, it set a tone, and it really did take us on a story arc. Okay, so before we get into the stuff that I didn't like, because I have a few nitpicks about the episode, as usual. I think Batwoman does have some problems that just persist.
They're not like everything you point out was not a nitpick. All the negative things were not nitpicks.
Let's talk about Ryan's story, because I think
problems.
that is the most important part of this episode, and I actually think that some of the other side plots took away from the Ryan story, because I think it.
Wait, where's the elevation part?
So I have to be very careful about how I cover it. So please excuse me for the way I address some of these issues. Absolutely vital. It is important. It's a building block. It's a foundation. This is the kind of stuff that is going to create this new Batwoman mythos, this new character in Ryan that really feels like this is her.
Andres Antonio Gonzalez Caceres, 75 Woo. Rachel Scarston, the Alice actress, has a Twitter where she only posts woke garbage. Stuff like, if you don't like my opinions, just don't watch my work. Oh, God. Oh, girl, no.
Series. It's her story. And so I have to give credit where it's due. I think that the stuff with Ryan in this week's episode, especially her story, because I think it could have been even bigger. And I think there was more stuff that we could have addressed. And I think the side stories took away from that, particularly the Alice stuff. But we'll talk about that in just a moment. So we have, I'm going to recap slightly as I go through some of my thoughts on this. So at the beginning of this, we have Batwoman being Batwoman. I think it's the best writing because it set a mood, character in Ryan, and then some of the things.
Oh, where's the elevation
because
part?
This adds a layer of complexity to Ryan that I think speaks to what's going on in the real world, but also helps to add more layers to this character. And I have to be very careful about how I cover this in the way that this episode of Batwoman, the way they did it. Coming into this, like, I literally just watched it for a second time before I did this review, and I'm like, it still sort of hit me the same way. There's a heaviness to it. There's an importance to telling this story. And I'm really glad that they did. I'm really glad that they did this, because this adds a layer of complexity to Ryan.
I can't fucking find it. Damn it. Come on, give me the elevation thing.
To Mary to find this kid, Kevin, and she's doing this, like. So at the beginning of this, we have Batwoman being Batwoman.
All right, fuck it, because I can't find it. I'm meant to end it here. All right, guys, that's it for now. Those are the 2 things I want to talk about. Who knows? I might venture back into his channel one of these days. I don't know. I might go back to his season 1 Batwoman reviews and see what the hell he has to say about any of that shit. Because I don't know, because like he's going after Nerdrotic and all them for like talking about ratings and shit. Oh, they're attacking the show and shit. Like what the? This is fucking ridiculous. He's filled with soy, but then I look at some of his reviews, like some of the titles, since we're going by titles and shit. Looks like he is kind of critical of them, but I don't know. Because he's like sucking this episode's asshole for having themes and shit. Themes! Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I really had to get this out. Because like I said, I couldn't make a dedicated video on the Steven Universe video right now. Because I'm working on the Batwoman thing. I'm working on like a reaction right now. So, and someone linked me to this guy, the last video we watched of his. Someone linked me to that, and I was like, okay, I gotta talk about this, because this is gonna be some aggravating shit. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the super chats and well wishes. You guys are the best. Thank you for hanging in there at during this random stream. But yeah, I gotta get back to work on this fucking reaction, and I gotta eat something. So I'm gonna see you guys later, and see you during the next Batwoman reaction.